run away.
Hey everybody, welcome back. This is your boy Manny. Welcome back to DFS Zone, your source for daily fantasy sport lineup advice for the NFL, NBA, WNBA, and MLB. And before I continue on with the video, like always guys, I appreciate you giving me a like on the video. And if you have not subscribed yet to the channel, it's your first time here, please subscribe down below and do not forget to turn on your notifications. This way you will not miss any of my new uploads, where you'll get that information right away to you prior to you making your lineup decisions. All right, with that being said, today is Sunday, May the 20th, 2018. We have a one-game slate here in the Fanduel for the association. It's game 3 of Houston versus Golden State. Implied totals for Golden State at home, their favorite, they're 116.5, and Houston is at 109. Definitely a nice matchup today. Golden State played horribly in the last game. They didn't shoot well. I expect them to bounce back here. And just a recap of yesterday, yesterday I was favoring Cleveland. I said that Cleveland needed to have a big game, and basketball fans know that. DFS players know that as well. Cleveland needed a big game, and they definitely had a big game. Boston did not come to play. They were disinterested. They started missing shots, and they just started really just flinging everything up, and it was just really horrible. And it was a shame for me because I did not, as much as I said Cleveland needed to win those games, I did not favor a lot of my lineups with a bunch of Cleveland players. And then, of course, the game got so out of hand that we had people winning, cash, winning GPPs, or at least placing high in cash games and in the GPPs, excuse me, with guys like, that you wouldn't even expect them to play the minutes that they play, So go figure, you had guys like Osman and Larry Nance and all these guys playing garbage time, and they were putting up a ton of points and fantasy points, and that killed them, so that killed a lot of guys. And I didn't have any of those guys. Obviously, I was anticipating the game to be a little closer, and at the same time, deep down inside, I was hoping for Boston to have a good game over there, keep it close, and have those guys like Jaylen Brown, Rozier, and Jason Tatum, and the whole Celtic clan there have an awesome game, and it did not happen. So I didn't place anything. Right now I'm actually in the top 100 in the single entry for the 2-game slate. So I still have today's results. I have 3 players in the Golden State Houston game, and I'm in 80th place in one, and I think 123rd in another. So one is a single entry, and the other one is like $4 for 1,500 for first or something like that. I did like 3 lineups, and one of them is doing okay. So it's the same lineup that's in the single entry. So hopefully I'll be able to cash there, and I'll be able to report that tomorrow. But as far as this single game slate, nope, I didn't cash anything. So we're going to try to definitely have a better game today. And my advice right away to you guys is definitely try to focus on nailing down the right combination of pro, MVP, and star with Golden State players at home. And if you have enough money to make a few lineups, I have 6 lineups I'm going to make here in this $10,000 first place GPP today. And I will have 1, maybe 2 lineups where it's 3 Houston Rockets. I don't know if I'm going to go 4-1 stack with Rockets today, but maybe possibly a 3-2 stack. I may have 1 or 2 lineups, and then the other 4 lineups most definitely are going to be 3-2 or 4-1 stacks of Golden State. And I think that's the advice I give you guys, my viewers, is to definitely concentrate on that. And you gotta have to play around with it. We have had some viewers comment back and forth with me, and we both agree that it's very, very difficult to set up a lineup here. But what this format, like I mentioned before, it definitely helps individuals, DFS players, have a better chance to cash and win the GPP by themselves, or even just with maybe 3 or 4 players, as opposed to the format they had before, where they had the center forward and the guards and so on and so forth. At least now you can mix match. You don't have to worry about forward, guard. It could be 4 guards if you want. It could be 4 forwards, whatever it may be, 4 centers, 2 centers. It could be anything you want, and that's the beauty of it. It's all about where you line them up at, who's going to actually be in the right spot. MVP, star, or pro that can get you over the top. And like I said before, you can have the same 5 guys, but it might not it might not pan out that way. All right. So anyway, let me tell you who I think is in play here. Let's go to the cruncher today. At point guard, obviously these are the three guys I'm looking at: Curry, Paul, and Livingston. Nobody else. There's no need for me to go over anything other than that. We know that Curry and Paul, these guys are going to get time. They are, main offensive players for these teams, respectively. So we definitely expect them to have good usage, floor time, and they're going to get their shots. So we're not going to concern ourselves there. Shooting guard, the only ones I'm looking at are Harden and Thompson, Gordon and Nick Young. Obviously, I'm fading Nick Young. He might be, maybe I'll squeeze him in one. But definitely Gordon, Thompson, and Harden are three players that you definitely should be looking at in this slate. Small forward, Durant, Tucker, Ariza, Iguodala is definitely in play. Gerald Green is definitely outside looking in. Power forward, definitely Green. I'm not too fond of Looney, but he's definitely in play. I like Bayamute a little bit more for the price that he is going into today. I think he's in the 6,000 on the lowest level. Then you got Capella and Nene Hilario. I'm definitely not on Nene. I don't even know why I have him here. Let me just take him out. So that's basically the guys that we're looking at. We're gonna go back to FanDuel and just go right away and build some lineups. Like I said before, let's start off right away. Let's try to just put some lineups together for you guys. I'm looking at Durant and Curry right away if I'm doing a Golden State stack, and then obviously the third guy will probably have to be Klay Thompson or Draymond Green. Green is 2,500 more, so we're gonna have to go with Klay because that's gonna leave us with very little room. Now with 9,000 left, we got a little bit of wiggle room here, and we can go with either 4-1 stack. We could go with Iguodala, and then you have 10,000, which is enough to get Gordon, Tucker, or Ariza. So now you can go that route, or you could remove Iguodala and go a 3-2 stack with the three offensive weapons here in the MVP Star Pro with Durant, Curry, and Thompson, and you could throw in there Gordon and Tucker and hope that those guys keep Houston in this game and have an explosive game again, which they're capable of. They're just not consistently doing it that way. They're not consistent players in that aspect. So Gordon and Tucker, if they can have a good game here, this is not bad. You utilize all your money. Your budget is completely gone, but you can move these guys around. Okay, you can make a lineup like this and say, hey man, I really like this lineup. I'm gonna go with these 5 guys, and then you can basically just switch Gordon over here. Klay moving down a utility. Maybe Gordon will ball out, and now you have a lineup where you have them like this. You have a second lineup where now you got Klay over here, or you got a third lineup now that you move Curry over here and you put Klay over here. I mean, it's you just got to find the right combination. But the most important thing I think that everybody has to realize is you should definitely not have 5 or 6 lineups with 5 or 6 different players all over the place. I think you should say to yourself, I'm definitely going to go with 3 of Golden State guys or 2 Houston guys and place those guys in multiple different positions within that 5-player format. That's what I think you should be doing. That's the tip that I think is the right thing to tell you guys. And that's the way I'm approaching it going into today and yesterday. And like I said, yesterday was not a successful one for me, but I'm hoping that it'll be better today. And that's what I'm going with. I'm going with Golden State. I'm going to focus on 3-2 stacks or 4-1 stacks with Golden State. And when I do a lineup, I'm just going to move those guys around after I make my decision. So even if I was to go with just 4 Golden State guys, let's say here, we don't go and we go with Iguodala, right? Then the next lineup I may move Durant here and Curry here, and that's going to be the only difference. Keep Klay here, Iguodala here, and get that one player from Houston, which let's say I throw in there Gordon. Then the next lineup I can keep it like this: move Curry here, Durant here, and then move Gordon, out, and maybe throw in there PJ Tucker instead. You see, you know what I'm trying to say? So that's what I think you should concentrate on. I think if you can get 3 or 4, you can make up your mind on which 3 or which 4 guys are going to be your core, and then move them and place them from star, MVP, and pro. Maybe one of those lineups if you build 4 or 5. And I recommend you should definitely have at least 5 entries in one of these tournaments. You know, it's going to be very hard for you to do one lineup and that you land and hit a GPP, especially of this size, 20,000 people in this particular one that I'm in. It's going to be difficult. All right. right? So that's what you should be aiming for. So this is one lineup, and like I said, you can remove this, you can move Iguodala, and you can make it a 3-2 stack. You can put Tucker in there. So you got Tucker, Gordon for Houston, you got Thompson, Curry, and Durant for Golden State. All right. We'll switch that around now. All right, let's do a totally different lineup here. Let's go Curry. Whoop, wrong spot. Let's go Curry as the MVP. Let's go James Harden as the star. Let's try at pro. Let's try Klay Thompson. You got 2 shooters, and you got 8,200 left. At this point, you can get Iguodala and Ariza, and you got $500 left, and now you got 3 Golden State guys and 2 Houston Rockets. So that's another lineup. And then, like I said, if you really like this lineup, then you just move these guys around. Let's move Iguodala. Let's move Klay. Let's move Harden over here. If I was to keep this lineup, my next lineup will be the same 5 guys again, and what I'll do is I'll move Harden over here and move Klay over here. Curry over here. Or make a third lineup, move Harden all the way to the top, Curry all the way down to pro, and Klay Thompson all the way to star. I mean, you just gotta mix it around like that. That's what I'm trying to get. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. All right, that's what I recommend. Iguodala and then Trevor Ariza. Okay, so that's another 5 different guys. Let's try 5 different guys. Let's go Harden. Let's go Paul as a Houston stack. Let's go Klay. Then we go Ariza, and you got 9,000. You can go Iguodala if you wanted to, or you can remove Iguodala, and you can go Gordon or Tucker. You use all your cap money, but again, like I said, you move these guys around, maneuver them around, and make it be different. That's the key word here. Just be different on how you set up your lineup. You can have the same 5 guys, and you can make 5 lineups with the same 5 guys. Just move them around. And obviously, the trick is to move the ones that are in the pros, star, and MVP, because that's the difference as far as how many points you're going to get. MVP is 2 times the points. So I mean, you know, if you got a guy like Harden here, for instance, Harden's here right now. If Harden balls out for 80, 85, you're getting 160 fantasy points. You know, if Paul goes out and he balls out a 50 right here, then you're gonna have, you know, you're gonna have like 85 points out of it. You got 1.5 points. 50, yeah, you figure you're gonna get like 85. All right, guys. So that's what I want. That's the message I have for everybody today. Definitely try to focus on that. But again, going into today, I really feel that you just got to go with Golden State guys. At least 3-2, at least a 3-2 stack or a 4-1 stack. So we go back again. Let's say now, let's go Durant. I mean, it's not much you can do. I mean, we know who are the studs, and we know who has to perform. We know that Harden has to play well. We know Durant has to play well for these teams to do well. We know that Curry has to be an integral part of the offense. We know Paul has to be for Houston. All right, we know Green has to step up, and Green is going to have a good game at some point. This may be the day. I rode him the first 2 games, and it didn't pan out as well. But, you know, maybe today I may just, you know, go to the well again and say, hey, you know what, let me try DG and see if Mr. Green can give me a big game. But I probably won't put him all the way in the MVP spot, but star or pro definitely, because remember, he is a triple-double threat any given day. All right, he's a gritty guy. He does all the dirty work. So Draymond Green. So all right, let's start. Let's go Curry and let's go Draymond, right? And let's go Klay, and no Durant here for Golden State, right? We got 10,200 left. Then I will go. Let's see Capella here. If we do Capella, I don't know. I'm not feeling Capella, but Capella, and at some point has to have. Again, you just got to be different. Clint Capella here wouldn't be bad, but man, if we go to Chris Paul, we ain't gonna have nothing left. We're gonna have 6,000 left. If you go Chris Paul there, then you got to go all the way to where I said Bayamute. Now that's not bad. And then again, you can move this around. Bayamute stays right there. We know we're not gonna put him in the MVP spot. I mean, I just can't see him. You know, it doesn't make no sense. You got to put a guy who puts up some good fantasy points and have tremendous upside to be in the MVP spot, star, and pro positions. Chris Paul here in the utility is really not a good spot for him, but as you can see, you got 5 different. I'm trying to give you 5. There's 5 different guys here than the other couple of lineups I made. Houston, we only have Paul and Bahamute. You got Thompson, Green, and Curry here. There's no Durant, no Harden. But these guys can all ball out and can have a good game, especially he could be a sneaky play here. Leave him here. Now you make your next lineup. You say, all right, I'm going to move Paul all the way over here. Okay, move Thompson down here and move Green here. Or move Green all the way down where Paul is at and move Paul here. And then you can do another lineup, and now you move Thompson here and move Paul here. Or you can move Curry to star and move Paul all the way to MVP, which I think Curry is definitely a better player at MVP, in my opinion. And then especially because he's at home, not for any other reason other than he's at home. Then you could go Curry, you could go Paul, and then you could go Thompson with Green down here, who may have an off game once again. So I mean, it's just you got to move it around. So you got to find the right five-guy combination, and then make multiple lineups with those 5 guys, and then move them around. All right, that's what I believe is gonna get it done. All right, so again, let's do a couple more. I want to make the video short and sweet for you guys, but I just want you to get the idea of what you need to do for those who are not sure how to go about what they want to do today, going into this slate. All right, let's bring in Durant again, and we can go and ball out with Durant and Harden, and you can move these guys up and down. But in this spot here, you're gonna have to play. You're gonna have to go all the way down to a Gordon or a Tucker or maybe a Clay. And you know what? We're not going to go to Clay. We're going to have to do Gordon. All right. I'm going to actually go Tucker instead at 9. And now you got 8,700. You can bring in here. And then right now you're going to have to hope for the best. You're going to have to hope that some of these guys here in the lower tier of this slate come through, like Iguodala and Ariza. You still have 1,500 left. You have to have Ariza. You got 9,500. You can go all the way to Gordon. Okay, so you got Gordon, Iguodala, Tucker, Harden, and Durant. And now just move these guys around. If that's a lineup you like, hey, comment down below and say that you like this lineup and you're going to move this one around. If you like the other lineup, where we have Durant, any of these lineups, we'd love to get your feedback, guys. You got Durant, Curry, and let's go Durant, Curry, and Thompson. And then put Gordon with Iguodala or Gordon with Tucker. Eat up all your money. Now move the guys around here. If you like that one, let me know. Let's clear that up. We go back again. I mean, I still believe you got to go with some of these guys. You can go Curry, Paul, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, and then bam, your last guy would be Bahamute. That's not bad. Still again, Bahamute, if he can get you 20, 25, it will be pretty nice in this spot here. It will be pretty nice. And all these guys are very dangerous offensively. I like offensive players. Klay Thompson could give you 40 plus. Draymond Green capable of giving you 50 plus. Chris Paul 50 plus. Steph Curry 60 plus. All of them can ball out, and you can have a monster game here. And then you can move these guys around. If you want these 5 guys, move them around a little bit. Make this lineup, then come back, switch it up. All right. Move Paul here. Put Curry here. You don't want Durant. You think Green might not get a triple-double, maybe have an off game, but may give you 35, 40 fantasy points and be a little steady. Then you put Draymond here. And if you think Klay is going to have the monster game, then you put Klay there. Okay? So that's what I got to do. That's what I'm doing right now. That's exactly what you need to do. Is just move around, decide on your 4 players, 5 players. And you got to definitely have a core 3 that you really, really like, and then build around those core 3 with 2 other players, and then move them around a little bit, especially more so in the pro, star, and MVP positions. All right, guys? That's basically it. You know, I mean, that's what I'm looking at. So, I mean, you know, best plays, obviously, like I said in previous videos, I mean, you know, if you've been following me, you definitely will know, and you can actually always go back to see those videos. But I'll quickly go with best plays for Houston. Chris Paul, obviously, Golden State, 10 big games given up to point guards this year. So Chris Paul is definitely in play, like I said before. Tucker and Ariza are in a good spot as well, as Golden State have had their issues with small forwards more than any other position. 19 big games this year, and they already gave up a big game to both of these guys in the last game. Not extremely big, but they were big between the two of them combined. That was pretty big. Then you definitely can consider Capella. He's on the lower tier of the guys to watch out for because they've only given up 8 big games to centers, Golden State. And definitely Harden is definitely in play, as we all know. He's a stud. He's one of the best players in the league. So tremendous upside. He's been averaging 45 in these playoffs, but he's capable of putting 60, 70 or better. Best plays in this actual game for Golden State is Durant. Obviously, small forwards. Houston giving up 10 big games this season, and they're giving one of them to Durant. Curry is in a good spot. 10 big games given up to point guards, so Curry's definitely in a good spot here. He's capable, obviously, to put 50, 60 up there. And then you got Thompson is in the very best position. They have had the most trouble with shooting guards, giving up 12 big games to shooting guards, and one of those were to Mr. Klay Thompson. So Thompson is in play. Team stacks, like I said before, Curry, Durant, Green is perfect. Curry, Durant, Thompson. Any way you want to look at it, they all work. When it comes to Houston, you definitely want Harden and Paul. You could throw in their Capella early on in the videos when they were earlier back in the playoffs. I was considering Paul, Harden, and Capella a lot. Harden with Capella, they work great, but in this particular series has not been as good a combination, Capella with Harden or Capella with Paul. So I like Paul and Harden better, and then you definitely should mix and match with triple stacks with Harden, Paul, and maybe Gordon, or Harden, Paul with Tucker or Ariza. And I think those are your stacks that you're looking at. Other than that, that's basically it, guys. I mean, mix and match, like I said. Definitely get your core 3 and move the guys around and just be different in how you set up your lineups. And then maybe, just maybe, you or I may win this GPP. It's exciting. I like playing them. I just don't like playing them every day and not cashing every day. So I didn't cash yesterday. I'm hoping to cash today. I'm still in the other slate, the 2-game slate. I still have the game today where I have a couple players in there and I'm in a good position, so maybe I'll have some cash out of that game right now. If I finish up well today, I'll definitely report my results tomorrow. But that's basically it, man. Have a good day. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy the basketball game. Good luck on the slate. Hopefully you guys make some money. And that's pretty much it, man. Your boy Manny is out.